Matt Araiza, welcome to the NFL. This time for real. Welcome everybody to JJ9 News, where we talk all things NFL all the time. I'm Jared Gary9, representing the 904 from the 602, and today we are talking about the news that just broke out of Kansas City. The Chiefs staying busy after winning their second straight Super Bowl. This time they are signing the former San Diego State punter, Matt Araiza. There's a lot to break down here. What does this mean for the Chiefs? What does this mean for him? And what does this mean for punter Tommy Townsend, who's been with the Chiefs for the last 4 years? We're going to break that all down in this video. Starting with Matt Araiza, the story with Araiza, phenomenal punter at San Diego State, known as the Punt God. He averaged well over 51 yards per punt in 2021, which was the top total in the NCAA. He got drafted on day 3 of the 2022 NFL Draft by the Buffalo Bills. He was not the first punter off the board, but he was chosen by Buffalo. Had a solid preseason, had 82-yard punt in a preseason game against the Colts. Looked really good, and then trouble arose when he was accused of being involved in a gang rape along with 2 other teammates at San Diego State at an off-campus party. The girl was underage. This party took place in 2021. Now, there is video evidence that it happened, but he was not there. He left the party at 12:30 in the morning. The incident happened at 1:30 in the morning. He was not in the videos. He was innocent. The Bills cut him, and they released him. And after the investigation was done by the authorities, they realized he was innocent. And now, after 16 months, after clearing his name, he is back in the NFL. He has been cleared of all wrongdoing for that incident. Matt Araiza back in the NFL, and his attorneys saying on this, Matt has been forced to defend himself for the last 16 months against false accusations and a campaign to ruin his career in the NFL. He will never get this time in his life back. Thankfully, there was extensive evidence that was key to securing Matt's voluntary dismissal from this lawsuit. Matt was and has always been innocent. The case is over, and Matt has prevailed. And Matt said all this, my name, my reputation, this will be tied to me forever. That won't go away. It was tough to watch the pain that it caused my family, because I have been proven innocent, but they for sure had absolutely nothing to do with this. I'm confident that I will be able to regain my NFL career whenever that is. I believe it's more of a when, not an if. He was cleared back in December, a bit too late for any team to sign him, but now that it's the offseason, he is right. It's more of when than if, because right now, he is the new punter on the Kansas City Chiefs. Obviously, a phenomenal punter at San Diego State. The reason he was not in the NFL for the past 2 years had nothing whatsoever to do with his on-field ability. He averaged 51.2 yards per punt with the Aztecs back in 2021, like I said before. That led the NCAA. Now, it's a bit different in college, with the NFL average last season, 47.3 yards per punt. So he was 4 yards above the average. Only 2 punters in 2023 actually had a higher yards per punt average than Araiza did. Ryan Stonehouse on the Tennessee Titans, and Brian Anger, the former third-round pick on the Dallas Cowboys. And Tommy Townsend, the Chiefs punter, he averaged 47.1 yards per punt for some perspective, so right around the league average. Araiza, a punter that can flip the field, can really make a difference, can boom some punts 60, 70, even 80 yards if he has to. He's a phenomenal punter, and he's going to be a great pickup for the Chiefs, and it makes a ton of sense for them to do this, because Tommy Townsend is a free agent. And Tommy Townsend, very good punter. He punted well in the Super Bowl. He was a Pro Bowler and an AP First-Team All-Pro in 2022. He was going to command a lot of money in free agency, was probably be one of the top 5, maybe even top 3 paid punters in football. But now you get Matt Araiza on a 1-year deal. It's significantly cheaper. The Chiefs have a ton of free agents about to hit the market. It's going to be tough to bring the score back together, especially defensively. Chris Jones, free agent. Drew Tranquill, free agent. L'Jarius Sneed, free agent, just to name a few. Plus you have Donovan Smith. And you need to upgrade at wide receiver, because obviously everyone besides Rashee Rice, not exactly great. They might be clearing some space for Mike Evans. That's been a rumor floating around. So they're going to try to upgrade at receiver at the same time, try to bring back some of those guys on defense. They don't have a lot of cap space to do it, so any way they can cut corners, save some space, increase the chances of one of them coming back, they should do. And they did that here with Matt Araiza, who might be an upgrade as it is over Tommy Townsend. Now, obviously, like I said before, Tommy Townsend is a phenomenal punter. So the question is, at this point, where does he end up? Because he is not coming back to Kansas City. There is no way he comes back to Kansas City. There's 3 destinations I could possibly see for Tommy Townsend. play in 2024 and beyond. Number one, Pittsburgh Steelers. They don't have a punter on the roster right now. Punting was a huge issue for Mike Tomlin's crew last year. They released Presley Harvin a few weeks ago after a disastrous season for him. He was 32nd out of 33 punters in yards per punt. He was third from the bottom amongst all qualified punters in net yards per punt. They desperately need help at that position. I think Townsend makes the most sense to the Steelers. I would imagine he is the most, or that is the most likely destination, I should say, for Townsend. But there are a few other options. The other two that come to mind also in the AFC. The New York Jets. Thomas Morstead had a good season last year, but he is a free agent. He's going to be 38 years old in 2024. You wonder how much longer does he have left in the NFL playing at a high level. He did play well in 2023, had to punt the ball a lot, 99 punts, thanks to Zach Wilson and Tim Boyle, and a lot of terrible offensive play and quarterback play. But he could be an option because, again, you don't know how many more years he has at a high level. And the other interesting possibility is Baltimore. The dead cap, if you cut Jordan Stout, is just $348,000 in 2024 and $174,000 in 2025. That is not a lot. That's about $500,000 over the next 2 years. Not a lot of dead cap space. The net yards per punt for Stout in 2022 was just 40.1. That was 25th out of 34 punters with more than 10 punts. And then in 2023, he was even worse, 39.1 net yards per punt, which was coincidentally tied with Presley Harvin for the third worst net average in football amongst all qualified punters. So that's a team that could upgrade at the position. You know, John Harbaugh is big on special teams. Obviously, his background was special teams. Justin Tucker, phenomenal kicker, one of the best kickers in NFL history, maybe the best kicker in NFL history. They might want to upgrade at that punter position. Harbaugh could be looking to do that. And now with Townsend available as a free agent, you never know. Either way, a bidding war will ensue for Tommy Townsend's services. But we know this much. He is not going back to Kansas City. Matt Araiza is the new Chiefs punter for, at the very least, the 2024 season. It's a one-year deal. As Araiza said when he got his lawsuit dismissed, when I was cut, I was an NFL starter, had just beat out an NFL veteran. I was on a 4-year contract, and that won't be handed back to me. No one in the NFL is going to go, here's the job that you once had. So working to regain where it was at is my primary goal right now. And Araiza's got a very good shot to do that with the 2-time defending Super Bowl champion. But what are your thoughts on Matt Araiza? Do you think he deserves a chance in the NFL? Do you think this is a good move for the Chiefs? Where do you think Tommy Townsend is going to wind up? What are your thoughts on that entire situation with Araiza and the incident at San Diego State? Let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. And that's going to do it for this episode of JJ9 News. Be sure you like and subscribe. It helps the channel out a lot. And be sure to check my main channel, JaguarGator9, where we talk all things NFL history all the time. Until next time, this is JaguarGator9 signing off. And as always, go Jags.